Just for interest's sake, I thought I'd film this part of my layout just because I'm seemingly absolutely destroying it. And I just wanted to show you this because the reason that I'm changing it is I'm putting this this foam underlay down as I mentioned earlier. I wouldn't be doing, but I'm actually decided to do it just based on some of the comments that that I got and advice. So thanks for that. I am putting some of this. It's fantastic stuff actually. This foam underlay down, but I actually want to put it all along this top section, which I wasn't, of course, originally going to do. Well, any of it, but I've needed to alter the layout and rip up the ballast that I had down and everything, which has been devastating to do actually, I must say, because this part of the layout was the bit that I was really happy with, and this started me off on the bigger layout and all the rest of it. And you know, but I've just got the theory that if I'm going to do it, I may as well do it right. And you know, obviously mess can be cleaned up, things can be changed. You know, once the scenery is all put back together, it'll be 100%. But it's just hard doing it in the interim. But I would stress to everyone that if you're not quite happy about something on the layout, if you're worried about damaging scenery or changing scenery around, just don't be. Just if you're not happy with it, just do it. The main thing is that you're happy with it, number one. Number two, that the trains are running properly, and that, you know, it is what you wanted it to be. So just a quick one on that, and I'll keep going. All right, phase 2 of Operation Destruction. I just wanted to show you this, what it looks like when I've vacuumed everything up and all the mess up and everything like that. So it's not as bad as it looked before. You know, it's just it's one of those things. Once you start ripping up scenery, you sort of stress a little bit because you've put so much time into it. But the end result's going to be even better because I'm obviously doing it a much better way than it was done before. Managed to not suck up any of my little people there, which is always good. So I'll continue to put some underlay up around this section here, and we'll see what that looks like. So the product I'm using to lay the track onto is the Track Right flexible track underlay. Get them in the 10 metre lengths because I've estimated I probably need about 3 and need about 30 metres worth, but I could be wrong on that. But if need be, I can always get some more. Or if I'm left over with some, I can save it for something else. But it basically comes like this. Everything's a mess at the moment, but so I've got the one with the actual inlay there for the track to sit into, and of course the angles on either side for your ballast, which actually looks quite good when it's on there. It neatens everything up, makes everything look fantastic, number one, but also sound deadening qualities are fantastic for it as well, which I'll test a little bit later on. And the colour's good. Obviously I was painting everything before, and then now obviously with this going down over the top of it, I won't need to have that much paint. I'll still have a little bit in between the tracks and things like that. I'll put some ballast, but this will make up most of it. I'll put a light coating of ballast on this, and we find the good thing about this is, as I think I mentioned before, I'm not sure, but it is actually flexible. So of course there's no cutting, there's no, it's not like cork where you have to cut it and angle it and all that sort of thing. It's very, very neat indeed. So I'll keep going with this and show you what it looks like when I've done a little bit more. Okay, quick tip. I told a little bit of a white lie before. I mentioned that with this Track Right was good to work with because you don't have to cut it or anything like that. Definitely cut it, but cut it in sections. It's just a lot easier to use than one big piece because you do need to sort of put it under the track, tack it down, try to keep it to the track. If you've got small pieces, you can if you apply a little bit of pressure on the track and it sits in the indentations, and work your fingers around and push it in, so that it kind of clicks in. I mean, it doesn't click in, but I mean so that it finds the groove, the indentation. Put a little bit of pressure on there, and put your nail pin in and nail it in. I'm actually using nail pins with just a small nail punch, which is perfect for your track pins. The interesting thing is that they did actually, part of the way that they sort of sell this, I can't remember where I read it, I think it's on the back, and they sort of said on the packet, fantastic product, no track pins, no pins needed while I'm sort of using them. And I think that there's only 2 tips that I'd give you with using the pins that I found. Obviously being a foam, which, yeah, for some silly reason I didn't realise at first, is that, of course, you know, you've got track pins in certain areas. Don't knock them down too far. You're going to have one end down, the other end down. You're going to have not to that extent, but you're going to have a bump in your track. That's probably the main thing that I would tell you about using track pins is just don't be too, overzealous when putting the pins in, because quite quickly you could have some pretty uneven track. But it's coming up very well, and I think I like the idea of having the track pins down, because with glue and everything, I mean, I had that problem when I was taking up the ballast before, is that it's all glued to the board, and I'm using a chisel to get it all up, making a terrible mess. This way, if I need to adjust something, or if the train doesn't work, if I've missed something, there's gaps or blah blah blah, I can just take it up with the pliers and start all over again. So, okay, I have done a fifth of the track, I guess, in the Underlay. Very, very happy with it. Fantastic product. Just doing a test run now with my little Russian decapod loco. Makes a huge difference to the sound. So we'll just watch that going up and around the track. Okay, so it travels very well over that part of the track that I've done. I'll continue going. But first of all, I just wanted to point out, I've just realised I got this from my local hobby shop here. And I think it's actually, well, from what I can tell here, it's actually made in Australia. This is a great product. I'm not sure whether this, I guess there's something equivalent, in the US and the UK, something similar to this. But other than that, if you can get this in your local, Track Right Flexible Track Underlay, fantastic stuff. Apparently, by the look of it, comes from New South Wales, JK Hobbies, or J&K Hobbies, I should say, in Albury, New South Wales. So, yeah, great product. Keep an eye out for it. If you don't have any track underlay and you're thinking about doing it, this stuff is absolutely brilliant. 11 out of 10. It's fantastic. I'll keep going. We'll see how it goes.